I think I'm close. I think I'm pretty close to getting there. This time we won't have any access to forests. Feels like I'm almost there. Blood Singer is cool. The only stuff that I don't like about mountains, I haven't seen a single mountain card that is cheap and single red. Yeah, they give you a lot of stuff for free as far as the Pandora goes. So dash and can't harvest Faeria. Or a Darkstalker. I don't know, Darkstalker seems like the best out of all of these cards. Maybe Kobold Warbeast. Oh, I'm not going to get any forests here. You know what, let's try mountains. We've been locked out of mountains for the last 2 times. Bloodsinger seems a little bit better than Kobold Warbeast, but probably only for constructed purposes. I think this is probably just better in Pandora. Underground Boss seems reasonable. Gabrian Warden. The next card you draw with an original cost. Okay. Gabrian Warden's cool, but I think Underground Boss is pretty good. Yeah, there's really not much in the ways of that. Why is there a mythic card in Pandora? That doesn't do anything, right? It's got a combat ability, gains 3 life as well. Oh, here it is. Here we go. Safer's Fodder, but it costs 4 mana. So, still not quite where you want to be. Gift of Steel and Firebomb both seem good. These all seem good. I think Gift of Steel is actually pretty powerful, especially if you're putting it on something like an Underground Boss. I'm gonna go for it. Neutral cards, I think, are also good in Mountain. Oh, I love me an Ancient Herald, though. Random creature you control. I don't know, we can gain a lot of really synergistic stuff by just going heavy into mountains. Kobold Warlord, a bunch more Gift of Steels. This card also seems not bad. Ancient of Herald, I think, is really good, though. Or Ancient Herald, rather. But the more islands we make, the less mountains we're going to be able to make. And we need to make 2 mountains early on to really make Gift of Steel, Underground Boss, Warbeast, those kind of cards effective. I'm really not sure. Take the more powerful card. Alright, let's try this. Let's just try it out. See what happens. Soul Drain, meh. Campfire's good. Triton Diver actually just makes me regret all of this. Yeah, I know splashing isn't a huge deal. Triton Diver really just means I should probably pick up an island, though. He's so good. Alright. We're going into islands as well. It's less about splashing and more about just wanting this draft to be different than the previous ones. This card has combat on it. Dune Drake is definitely more powerful. But I'm going to try to make a combat deck matter. Yeah, I guess you're right. Maybe I'm also just evaluating or just valuing tempo too highly, because I'm used to tempo being something that, like, you really want to care about in games like this, in Arena specifically. 2 damage to your opponent, Death Touch. If your opponent has 10 or less life, gain +2/+2. It's also just a 5-mana 5/5. Like, compare that to this. 5-mana 5/5 seems fine. Bigger if next to an opponent's well. Activate to move stuff. Nope. Nope. Gain +1 whenever you summon a creature with attack higher than life. Well, I don't want to do that at all. I guess I'm doing a little bit of that. That's not really even a thing that I want to do in general. Though if I take Axe Grinder, it's kind of the same thing. Ooh, Axe Grinder is a... Right, I wasn't even looking. Axe Grinder is the only card here that I can, like, manage to play turn 1. Yeah, let's just grab Axe Grinder, because that's going to give us something to do with 1 red. Adjacents, 1 damage. I kind of like this, 3 damage divided as you choose to random things. Reduce the cost of a random card in your hand by 2 4 times. That's pretty cool. Bloodsong or Tower? Tower seems like it does a lot of different things, though. There's a lot of times in this game where I feel like I really just want a hero power. So let's take this. It'll give us a hero power of sorts. Only 3 times, but still it is something. 3/3 haste or a 4/4. I'm going to take the 4/4. It's cheaper. And I think it might even be better. Gift, destroy your deck. Well, how about that? Give a creature flying, charge 3, and +4/+4. That's probably going to be the one that I'll go with. And then 8 mana is a drain 4, 3 damage to all enemy creatures, and draw 2 cards. Well, that's also right up my alley. The way that I lose is always to big creatures, though. And I think Secret of Strength will let me be both aggressive and defensive, potentially, with it. Void Guardian, I'm not gonna lie, I think Void Guardian might be okay. Obviously, you start fatiguing immediately after playing it, but if a 9/9 can just win the game, well, this makes a 9/9. I have no idea. Is Void Guardian just a trap? I guess it works sometimes, right? I don't think it's just a trap. I'm going to go for Secret of Strength here, though. Hellfire. Alright, here we go. Here we can grab a sweet epic. Wow, Taunt Protection also seems pretty good. And then Odorim, Sagittarius. We're not close to playing. And then Flamethrower. Whenever it attacks a god, deal 1 damage to all enemy creatures. Flamethrower's really good. Hellfire seems insane. Ice Rock Behemoth, I think, is going to be too hard to cast. Hellfire. I mean, I feel like Hellfire does a lot to get you back into the game as well, but Flamethrower... I can barely see the range tooltip. It's still on there, though. It doesn't cut anything off for me. That might be your monitor. Yeah, this is still... The range tooltip is still on the screen for me. I do remember what range does. You can either attack or you can move in the line. This is really tricky. Creature attacks a god. Yeah, so you just plop it down like right in front of your face. And then they have to either block for it or take a bunch of damage. I think Hellfire might just be better though. Ranged guys that attack gods, or that want to attack gods, do seem pretty strong, but I'm going to go for Hellfire. After a lot of deliberation, here we go. Fire Elemental. One mountain creates your second mountain. That's got to be the pick. A random card in your hand costs 7 less. Just okay. Campfire, I think, is also fine, but Fire Elemental, really strong. Ruby Fish, Farm Boy... 7 mana, 7/7, or just a Campfire. And I don't know, I've been pretty impressed with just like how often you just want to ping in this game. So I'm gonna go for Campfire, and I think it's gonna be good. We are also kind of in the mood for combat cards because of Gift of Steel, but let's take a look at what else we have. 2 damage to adjacent enemy creatures. I think we have to take another Fire Elemental. A Shidium Brute is good with double gift, but definitely just want all the Fire Elementals we can muster. Here is a combative card. Here's a combative card. And then here is a Triton Diver. 1 damage to an enemy. Flame Spitter's not bad either. Flame Spitter is a... I'm not sure if this is the card that somebody named earlier, but looks like we found 2 of them. Axe Grinder and Flame Spitter as 1 mana cards that can be played with only 1 mountain. However, Triton Diver can kind of do the same thing for us there, and it's going to be a lot better at helping us gather resources to start the game off. Alright, here we go. Some more epics. 3 damage to all enemies. 9 damage split randomly. Flying, the first time you draw an event, it gains +3/+1 and ranged. Or give a structure +2 life. I think I'm going to grab another Hellfire here. Firestorm seems like it might be okay in a pinch as well. But Hellfire can just do a lot more. Plus, Hellfire can also, like, completely backfire and just not do what we want at all. Or it can just be lethal, randomly, go right to the face, and create a sweet, sweet highlight video for us. Exalted Ogre. Did I take the Ogre previously before? Yes, I did. So I can take Ogre, Fodder, or a Mace Man. Tell you, I don't hate Mace Man, but Ogre, I guess with that additional ability on top of it, it's probably better. The deck's a little bit expensive right now, so we're definitely leaning hard on these Triton Divers. What else can we grab? Can only be played adjacent to you. Alright, so it's like a gain 4 life in the late game, or we can grab a Queen's Assassin. I'll just take Queen's Assassin. They both seem fine, though. Gift or a random card in your hand costs 7 less. I don't love either of these. Red Devil or Bold Bargainer. I guess I'll take Red Devil, though. I could also just grab this, and then if I can pick up a desert, I've got a good defensive threat. I think I am just going to take Doomdrake here, actually. Psyland Warrior. I think I'm going to take another Underground Boss. Underground Boss is good at just kind of keeping us fueled on mana. Yeah, Doomdrake is a pretty easy splash. Underground Boss is going to keep us fueled on mana. Oh, we did get Hammer of Destruction, but I didn't pick up the the Void guy. Ring of Domination, not great. And what is this? Destroy a creature, its controller gains a bunch of Faeria and draws 2 cards. I thought Death's Desire was bad. But there's a lot of times now where I feel like it would have gotten me out of situations that other cards wouldn't get me out of. However, Hammer is also probably pretty good, right? It's really good late game push if we kind of fizzle out or something like that too. So I think Hammer's good. Death's Desire is, I think, actually playable though, which I did not think it was originally. Boulder Thrower. Gotta be a Boulder Thrower here, right? A random creature in your hand gains +2/+2. Nah. We'll take a Boulder Thrower. Deck is super expensive, but meh. Some decks are expensive. Walking Fortress seems sweet. I think I'm just going to take Firebomb, though. I don't think we need more expensive cards. Take a 5/4, a 5/5. At this point, I feel like I just want the War Beast over the Ogre, though the Ogre also only costs 1 mountain. Maybe it is just better then. Alright, we'll take that. And then Defender of Homeland. Ogre Dance, I'm not going to play. Sure, we'll take Exalted Ogre. This is not a bad card either, Oblivion Rider for just 1. Let's just Ogre it up. How good is Exalted Ogre? That is the question. Triton Banquet. It's pretty reasonable. When an enemy creature dies, deal 1 damage to your opponent and gain 1 Faeria. That's pretty hard to evaluate. Boost the cost in a random card. Right. Battle Rager. No. It's between Blood Obelisk and Triton Banquet here. We'll try out the Obelisk. Axe Grinder, pretty good card, also cheap for the early game. +2/+2 if you have another creature with attack higher than life. Nah, we're not doing that. Combat, 2 damage to the opponent. I don't hate this, the Grimguard, because we've got a bunch of Gift of Steels. We've got 2 of them. Yeah, I could see taking the Blood Song or something too, but I think I'm just going to be content with, like, not playing cards every time on the early turns of the game and just kind of building outwards. But I'm not sure. I'm going to try a little bit of a different strategy here with this draft. I think I will just take the combat card. The fact that we can give Taunt Guy +3 health as well could be a good combo. Though Axe Grinder's really good. And cheaper. Never mind. I'll take Axe Grinder. Another Firebomb. A huge Ogre. Or 2 other big, expensive cards. These are all really expensive. Should I just go for the Firebomb then? Gives us another removal spell. I'll take Warlord. Alright, and then I get another epic card. Trigger all your production abilities. That doesn't do anything. Doomsday isn't great. First time you draw an event. I can actually make this work. Oh, and it only costs 2 mana? Alright, we'll try this out then. 7/7, 8-drop. I'll take another Triton Diver. Wheel of Chaos, Flame Burst Ruby, Crystal Dragon. I think it's got to be Crystal Dragon. That card seems really strong. And Wheel of Chaos and Flame Burst Ruby also don't kill Crystal Dragon. So just like, heads up, Crystal Dragon's better. Flame Burst Ruby is good because... Or these are actually both good because they're so mana efficient, but we're just going to take what I think is the best card there. So Pandora's definitely different, but we're pretty much just going to be mulliganing for Triton Diver, Fire Elemental, and that's it. And then we're going to hope the rest of it can come together here. Alright, so there's a Triton Diver. Actually, don't hate the ogres here. I'm still going to ship them back, though. Here's our graphic for how many Pandora shards there are. So, no, I actually like removals, and I've been taking them, but then the problem is, like last game, I died with the removal in my hand, and I wasn't able to use it because I just, like, had the wrong one. In general, that is kind of the problem with removal, is that you can just get the wrong one. I could have gone Explore into Exalted Ogre there, but I think just setting up a Triton Diver is also fine. Yeah, the problem with, like, I take the removals and then I just die to something that the removal spells don't kill. Or I just get punished by using the removals, so I don't know. That's why I haven't been super impressed with them as of yet. It's actually a little bit awkward, is if my opponent moves down his Outland Ranger, then Exalted Ogre's actually really strong here. Alright, they don't move down their Ranger. I'm going to move my Frog over to this quadrant of the battlefield. But I'm going to put my Ogre here. Alright, so they're building out, trying to block me off. No matter. I'm just going to move my Frog over to here, and he'll be a fine collector over there for himself. It's actually crazy, as I could play Hellfire as soon as next turn. I make a mountain here, I move my guy over here. But that's not what we're going to do. My opponent does have a Campfire in their hand, so I actually kind of feel like I want to Campfire this. Because then they'll have to Campfire this. Let's make a mountain right here, so that I'm a little bit more in their face. And then we'll battle like this. So I have to Campfire because my opponent has a Campfire, and otherwise they would just be able to Campfire their Enforcer and then positive battle. Yeah, so I do that so... right, so I can Ogre kill the, their Campfire Maker. Draw 2 cards. It's going to find the second Pandora shard. And the third Pandora shard. And the fourth Pandora shard. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not quite all of that. Firebomb. Alright, we're definitely going to want to draw some cards. We've made enough mana here. Now all we've got to do is draw some cards. Alright, looks like no cards for us. Oh, I could have also made another mountain up in my opponent's shit, but... I am controlling all of the Faeria portals. That's got to count for something, right? Oh, you know what? I should have drawn a card first. Blood Obelisk. Whenever an enemy creature dies in combat. Alright, we'll hang on to that one. Yeah, my opponent's doing some shit, for sure, but... nothing super good. That's a good Hellfire spot right here for now. Let's see what else they do with 3 more mana. Very close to turning on future ogres. I think this might have been a defensive desert for my opponent here. Well, now I'm just going to firebomb it. Now that it's a good firebomb target. Alright, we draw our last shard of... oh no, there's still one more shard of Pandora in the deck. That's good. I've got enough... I've got more than enough for firebomb and... Kobold Warrior. Yeah, let's firebomb this. Oop, not Gift of Steel. Blood Obelisk. You can actually afford to play. Oops, forgot to draw a card. Oh, that's awkward. I would have liked to have played a Boulder Thrower instead of the Blood Obelisk. I guess I didn't have enough mana to. I might have even played Boulder Thrower instead of the Kobold Warrior, even though. Alrighty, Pandora awakens. So that's enough shit. My opponent is saving their mana for whatever Pandora spell they happen to draw. We get a Crystal Dragon, though. So here's where the game gets tricky, because we are, like, super close to lethal, right? All we have to do is not fuck this up. Charge 3. I think this is the best play I can make. Again, I'll probably just get punished by playing too many creatures. Alright, my opponent is stopping my frog from jumping over here. But my frog wasn't actually even going to come over there. Alright, we've got lethal, I'm sure, right? Oh yeah, we just have lethal. Does this have taunt? No, it doesn't. So I can just do this, this, and this. Alright, that's easy enough. Oh yeah, my opponent was in the colors for Doomsday. Oh, that would have been bad. Alright. Next time I'm just going to play... No, but if I played around more stuff, I might not have had lethal. That's what's so tricky. I probably could have held on to the Boulder Ogre, but yeah, it's tricky trying to play around everything while also setting up some more advanced lethals for yourself. Oh, he loses half of his life on a Doomsday as well. You're right. So we did learn Exalted Ogre is kind of fine to just play early game. However, those Triton Warriors, or Triton Divers, were insane for us last game. So we definitely want to run that back. Just start off with a Diver, and then we'll worry about playing our Mountains later. Opponent's got a cool avatar here. Let's build out and dive over here. Do I want a Queen's Assassin? I think not yet. I think I can Queen's Assassin next turn if I decide that's what I want to do. Alright, my opponent's going to last words out in Oakling and then explore. So if I go Mountain here and then Mountain here, I can Axe Grind next turn. The other thing that I could do... Yeah, I think that's fine, because I'm going to want to start to play some double Mountain cards soon. So let's go Mountain over here. Jump over, grab this Faeria. We can Firebomb this. What else can we do? That's fine. Let's just do that. Getting an Axe Grinder out over on my opponent's summoning portal seems sweet. Oh, and they're going to teleport the Oakling to go grab the other Faeria. Sweet play, but that's going to put my opponent's Oakling right in the vicinity of my Axe Grinder. So that'll be a 5-4. Do I have more mobility if I go here? Yeah, I guess this is just a better move. What else do I want to do? I can Firebomb the Huntmaster, but I can always do that. I can play a Queen's Assassin in the center lane. Might want to do that soon, though. Queen's Assassin is going to be good late game as well. So, I guess we'll just hold off and do nothing. Alright, they're going to start trying to make things a little bit more awkward for my Triton Warrior. You trippin', Triton. Well, I know I want to make another Axe Grinder right here. Problem is then Oakfather gets to smash my guy. Maybe we let Oakfather do some smashing then, right? No, we don't have to. We can Firebomb this, and then Queen's Assassin can take out the Oakfather. And let's start to move Triton over to this area of the board now. So let's go Firebomb. Then Queen's Assassin. And I'm just going to hold on to the rest of my mana here. Second shard has been discovered. I feel like I'm kind of killing it right now. Give a creature taunt. They're going to give their 1/1 taunt. So we're just going to clear up the Taunter with Hellfire, I suppose. Sounds good. And hopefully this will die now to this. It doesn't. Oh, that's really annoying that this was able to survive so big. Almost all of the damage went on to the Oakfather. This guy's got slam, too. Oh, I didn't do any of this shit again either. Oops. Oh well. Find another shard, and we're gonna grab a Dune Drake. Okay, that doesn't really do much for us anyways. Alright, my opponent's gonna try ignoring us. I don't think that's great for them. Oh, I already gathered from this. Okay. Alright, we're just gonna take that out. Move this guy over here. Draw a card now, because I'm bad. And play an underground boss. Yeah, we can move this here, kind of free. Alright, one more Pandora shard left in the deck. I still have to deal with Oak Father. What does this do? When it has 5 or more life, my opponent gains a whole bunch of Faeria. Okay. +4/+4 and flying would be good. Crystal Dragon is okay. I can Gift of Steel the Crystal Dragon as well. Gift of Steel on the Crystal Dragon. I can also just Gift of Steel Axe Grinder, and that means Exalted Ogre is going to be a 7/7. Oh, all the wells are gone now. Okay, so Triton Diver ain't doing shit. Might as well move him over here to try to take out this Faeria tree. Look out for teleport. I don't even know what teleport does, to be honest. Oh, he can move this guy to a random space, you're saying? Yeah, I guess we want to play around the slam effects. I also want to play my dragon. Alright, I'm going to go like this. Move this here. Draw a card and play my dragon if I can. Alright, I can. And Boulder Thrower. Alright, so I played around Slam. I don't know if I made the best plays, but I played around Slam. I feel like my opponent's most reasonable thing is to move Oak Father here and take out Axe Grinder, in which case I can just lob a boulder over. That was kind of my rush decision making. I also have lethal with Crystal Dragon, Underground Boss, and Gift of Steel. So I think I may have actually made the best play, even though I was, like, super rushed and almost didn't see it. And they're going to drop something there. Alright. That kills my guy. Now I have to do something weird to have lethal. +3/+3. I can put Gift of Steel on the Boulder Thrower, which I think is right. I think that's correct. Just take out the Earth Fire Shaker. That'll kill both of those things. And then I think I actually just want to make a mana and play the beast. Alright, that's gonna give it to me. Cool. Threw a big boulder over on at my opponent. And we are 2 wins. Okay. Alright. Triton Diver getting there. I'm not gonna lie, Triton Diver is just straight up carrying. And yeah, card seems super strong. When you play a deck that has an average curve of like 7, and then you just throw in 3 Triton Divers, that is pretty good. Blood Obelisk, let's get that out of here. Kobold Warlord, I actually don't hate because it's only single mountain. And we already have a Triton Diver. Alright, let's hang on to the Diver. And let's go for it. Yeah, card is definitely an MVP if you can get it. Turn 1, and we've got no Lux given here on the stream, so you know I'm going to do it up. You know I'm going to get that Triton Diver madness going on. Alright, my opponent is exploring. And they're building out towards me. Alright, so I'm going to go the other way. I see my opponent taking over that area. I'm going to say, okay, you can have that. And, well, maybe not. Problem is, this card is just so big already. If I dive over here, my opponent can just make something, move over the monk, smack my guy up. That's really not where I want to be. So I think I might develop another diver. But what I'm going to do in addition to that is just build some things out here so I can maybe make a mountain here, here, or here. Do I want to make another diver? If I do, I'm not going to be able to play Kobold Warlord next turn, and Warlord seems really strong against this monk. So let's hold off. Yeah, I like this strategy. Just rush out a Warlord and kind of let him control the game. Wood Elemental creating another forest. Yikes. And does this guy have taunt? It does. Alright, my opponent's going to be able to make some magic happen with that then. Oh, you know what? I think I did the math wrong. I think I could have played Triton Diver last turn, right? Yeah, I would have been able to move over here. Get 9. It's going to lock my Diver into having to attack Wood Elemental, but it's probably still fine. Then I could have moved over here and gotten back up to 7 mana. Oh well. Hopefully this is still enough to scare my opponent a little bit. We do need to take over this space, this space, this space, or this space, so that when we have an axe to grind, we've got a space to develop that. My opponent does have to make the decision here. If they want to stop me from just killing their monk, they will have to place a land here and move their taunter over, or just develop another taunter. That could also be possible. Now that I think about it, I think this Triton Dive was greedy. I just traded this in for 2 mana. I think that was probably greedy. Yeah. That was a little bit silly. We can give this guy +3/+3. That might also do a lot in helping us control this game. So I like move Warlord up, develop a mountain right on their face, and then just... Oh, you know what? Oh, yeah, they had to... Oh, that was so dumb. Because if I had just not sacrificed my Triton Diver, it would have gotten +3 attack. I forgot about the +3 attack bonus. Give a creature +4 and taunt. That's fine. Fire Elemental's in a little bit of an awkward spot here himself. I'm still just going to play this Triton Diver because we want this combat effect to do something here. So that'll make something happen out of it. And then what else do I want to do? I think I just want to put a mountain up in their space. Maybe that's not great. I could put a desert here and make my second mountain later with Fire Elemental. I might want a desert at some point, right? It's a fine spot for a desert. I only have one desert card, but like I need to make something with the turn. I want to put something here. The only problem now, I can't like repaint that or something. Alright, so now I've got a... Wait, is the combat just this turn? No. Why doesn't this have 8 attack then right now? Huh. What am I missing here? A little confused why this only has 2 attack. But oh well. Oh, it buffed itself. Oh, it must have. I did not even realize it could do that. Sure. Maybe I should have put that here. Because I don't really have a good space for this tower right now. When it moves, I activate. They move again. Attack it. Ah, fuck it. Oh, wait, that was so dumb. Fuck. Alright. That was all really bad. My opponent just makes this space right here, moves over and kills my tower. That was silly. I guess I make them do it now, but... yeah. It's tricky. All of these spaces were able to get claimed. My opponent doesn't go for it. So now I'm going to be able to ping off their wood elemental. My opponent likely doesn't care. I think they're just trying to backline me while I try to backline them. But we're going to have Triton Diver developing stuff. My plan is Fire Elemental, make a mountain, make an Exalted Ogre, ping their wood elemental, and hopefully make something else of it all. Yeah, meanwhile, my opponent is just trying to get all up in my stuff here. Queen's Assassin would be good. So this is pretty straightforward. Could also just kill this. When you draw an event, gain ranged. This is awkward. Having this structure here is quite bad. The structure means my opponent's going to be able to kill. They're going to get some good value out of this slam. I'm not sure there's anything I can do to prevent it. anything at all. Other than just not have anything in play. I guess this isn't great value. Gotta give him something. Yeah, that's definitely contender for worst structure of the year award. For sure. Some of like the just minute parts about spacing they're just so foreign because they're not like anything else I've done, and I wind up making a lot of mistakes when it comes to spacing, and I'm sure that's also just experience with playing the game, right? This is like my third Pandora. I've never played Constructed. Underground Boss, Gift of Steel. Next turn I'm going to have access to 8 mana. Alright, they take out the Diver. Well, that was good scenario for me. Ish. Jump whenever this creature attacks a god. I need to read this. Oh, wow. Okay. And then they gave this 3 health. There's our Dune Drake. Love to be able to play Underground Boss soon. Crystal Dragon is also kind of like too insane not to play. Just love Crystal Dragon to not die. Feel like I also didn't grab that much extra mana. Then I think I want some mana here. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with that assessment. Trying to play Faeria perfectly seems tough. Yeah, the structure is doing a lot of work here. Now it's not letting me summon my Dune Drake. So I grabbed a mana there, so now I could play Exalted Ogre and Gift of Steel next turn if I need to. Not totally sure that I'll even need to, though. Might just want to play Flame Silk Fairy as soon as possible as well. And might also want to just start attacking my opponent. Oh, fuck the mirror. I didn't realize this could hit face, but... I could also use the tower to just kill itself. If I really need to. God damn it. Now my opponent has 2 of these things? How can I possibly beat that? Oh, you know what? I didn't have to gather Faeria because Gift of Steel on Underground Boss, if I'm able to combat something, is going to give me 2 more mana. Though it doesn't actually look like my opponent's going to let me do that. Oh, man. The mirror is so annoying. +4/+4 in flying. So that's a thing. We want a Gift of Steel this. Can this deal the damage to itself? Alright, fuck you. Get out of here. Don't know if that was right, but seemed sweet, right? +3/+3. Let's come over here. Eat this dragon. You know, the reason that I did that is so that I could move the underground boss here. But then after I did it, I was like, I don't even want to do that. So the play just looked even sillier. My opponent doesn't have great spots for his crystal dragon to go. I want to kill this wolf. That thing seems insane. I think I also want to firebomb this wood elemental. And play a mountain here. Can I keep my Flame Silk Fairy defended from the dragon? Doesn't look like I can. Let's just firebomb this. And end the turn. That was sweet. That was definitely the correct play there, right, guys? You guys can back me up. Optimal strats. So we've got two 6/3s, both of which are poised to trade with the dragon. My opponent got some shit on his dragon. That doesn't really do anything. And my dragon can enter his Steam Forged if we need to. Okay. They Falcon Dive and hit this. It is somehow not a neutral creature, which is pretty insane. How does my... Wait, how did this happen? My opponent just also had a dragon? Alright, that's some bullshit, and you guys know it is. That is some absolute bullshit. What the hell? What the hell? If we give this guy +7/+7, what can my opponent do? Give this guy +7/+7. That costs 7 of our mana. Get 2 of it back. We Fairy in the corner, or we Dune Drake. They'll trade both of the Drakes into it, but we can lock out the one Drake. Okay. Oh wait, this can at flying. Is that good? Yes, it is. No, it's not. It didn't actually do anything for us. I don't know. Yeah, unfortunately I was 1 mana short of... Oh no, I see what you're saying. I didn't want to just give this +4/+4, because if I only gave it +4/+4, then a dragon could kill it. Right now I put them in a spot where their dragon doesn't kill my boss. Unfortunately, I made a useless Dune Drake, and I guess that would have given me a 7/7 as well. Right, and then this would have been lethal, but then they could have traded... They could have moved on this Drake, traded with the underground boss, and then moved on this dragon and traded with the ogre. So they would have actually had a board clear, whereas right now they don't. The Dune Drake didn't really do anything for me here. I thought it was going to be doing something, but no matter. We still made a huge monster that I think is going to be tough for them to kill. They're going to have to draw their last weapon. Their last legacy weapon. Yeah, I just figured pumping this guy up a whole bunch. I mean, that was the deck, right? We drafted an underground boss. We drafted 2 Gift of Steels. So, if Gift of Steel on underground boss can't win me the game, nothing can. And it looks like it might be able to. My opponent's going to time out here, and we're gonna get the win, baby. Let's make a big ogre, just so we've made an ogre. And we'll BM our opponent a little bit here. Alright, that's it. It's all ogre. It's all ogre now. Sweet!